Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hello, and welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 229. The interview, not the Seth Rogen one. My name is Eric.
My name is Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Eric.
How are ya?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Also fine. It's been a few weeks, so
it has been a few weeks.
Kind of almost forgot how to do this. Not that we were great at it in the first place.
I was gonna say, did we ever really know how to do this?
No.
Maybe one day we'll get there.
Yeah, you'd think for somebody who's been doing podcasts for roughly 10 years or so, I'd figure it out eventually. But
I mean, you would think that.
Yep. At some point, you'd think that guy would learn something.
Or he'd just quit. Who knows?
Yep, one of the two. Neither is happening.
One of these days. Keep tuning in, listeners, to find out which it is.
Oh, I can guarantee you which one will happen first.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. They say you have to do something for 10,000 hours. Is that what it is to become an expert?
Yeah.
So if every episode that we do is about an hour, we've only got how many thousands of episodes to go before we get there?
Quite a lot.
Yeah, but you know what? We got time.
All right. That sounds fair. Oh, the interview.
Yes, not the Seth Rogen one.
No, this one is the one that needed subtitles.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I figured. When I got your text this afternoon, I assumed that's exactly what was happening.
I didn't expect to need subtitles, but the Australian accents were very thick.
Yes, they were. I mean, as the listener knows by now, I always use the subtitles no matter what.
Right.
Because I'm an old man with bad hearing. But even if I didn't, today would have been one that would be necessary.
Yeah, I mean, the combination of the accents, and then there's just a lot of real quiet talking.
Yeah.
And loud music in this.
Intense music, one might say.
It was intense, sometimes also mysterious.
Yes, it did. And sometimes the mysterious music intensified.
I noticed that as well. I did not know what to make of that. At no point, though, did the intense music mysterify.
Ooh, I don't know. I may have fallen asleep during that part.
Did you fall asleep during this movie?
Multiple times.
I managed to not fall asleep, but I did take a long nap after it was over.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's just a quiet, just drama, basically. Yeah. So, nothing, no explosions or anything, nothing super exciting.
It is, I did, other than the fact that you picked this movie and that I was watching it because of you, I did think of you often during this movie, as I figured it might appeal to your education in lupine criminology.
Right, yeah, because this is Law and Order Australia.
Yeah, kind of.
Basically. Law and Order NSW. New South Wales.
Okay, all right. That's what I thought you were going for then.
Yeah. Also sort of the Australian The Usual Suspects.
I guess.
Somewhat.
somewhat, I guess. I mean, usual
No,
suspects.
not going to give me that one. No.
I'm not going to get behind that one. Yeah,
Fine.
Isn't there a TV show or a Netflix show, whatever you want to call that, where it's just like every episode is a cop, interviewing a criminal and trying to get them to confess?
Yes, it's just called Criminal.
Okay, all right.
I've seen one episode of it so far.
The one with David Tennant?
The one with David Tennant. And it's really good.
All right. That one?
Jenny was less into it than I was because, Law and Order.
Sure.
But yeah, no, it's super good. I know the second season of that just came out too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So get around to the rest of those eventually.
You'd think that maybe they'd come up with a less generic title.
Well, I believe that there are versions of the show in different countries. So so the one that I've seen is Criminal UK. Mm-hmm. I want to say that maybe there's one that's like Criminal France or other countries that I can't think of right now. But I know I've seen other criminals listed on Netflix.
Okay.
So yeah, it is a somewhat generic title.
It really is. I mean, there's a comic called Criminal. I think there's a Kevin Costner movie called Criminal.
I know is there a Kevin Costner or Kevin Spacey movie called Criminal?
I believe Kevin Costner, but hey, maybe both of them did.
Maybe, but I mean, one of them is a criminal, so
this is true.
Kevin Costner.
Yep. It's criminal what he did to the Man of Steel.
It's criminal how good he is in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, yeah. This, there was, I saw somebody on Twitter post, there's a horror movie coming out on Shudder, called Spiral.
Okay.
There's also
is that the Saw prequel?
No, because there's also that named Spiral.
Okay.
There's also at least 2 or 3 other movies called Spiral.
Nice. All right.
The English translation of a manga called Uzumaki is Spiral.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's just hey, let's just name everything Spiral.
All right. Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, it's not like there are any other words in the English language.
No, like twisty turn.
Yeah. Funnel.
Funnel. There you go. That's a good one. Spin around.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one too. I'd watch a horror movie called Spin Around.
Yeah, I would, absolutely.
People are kidnapped and put in a chair that gets spun around real fast.
Ooh.
And then they have to find their way out of a scary house while really dizzy.
Yeah, it's full of booby traps.
Absolutely, of course it is.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what the Sauce prequel is about.
Maybe.
That's his first trap.
Chris Rock gets trapped in a chair.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Speaking of movies that have the same name.
The Interview.
Yeah. So anyone stumbling onto this one, it is, I mean, I don't know, maybe the Seth Rogen one isn't funny either, but this one definitely is not funny.
Definitely not. Yeah, there are very few laughs in this movie. Maybe even none.
Yeah, closer to that one, I think.
Yeah, I'd say none as well.
I mean, Hugo Weaving laughs a little bit.
A little bit, nervously.
Nervously and psychotically.
And psychotically, yes.
Sorry, I just got a flash of some moments in the movie, and now I'm totally on board with your Usual Suspects comparison.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What moment did you think of?
The ending, mostly.
Okay, yeah.
When he walks out of the police station.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I think This came after Usual Suspects, though, if I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
This came out in 1998. Usual Suspects was 95. I think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
And this was a year before The Matrix.
Right.
So a year before anybody had ever heard of Hugo Weaving.
Yes, this is the first thing I've ever seen with him where he's speaking with what I assume is his natural accent.
It is not.
It's not? What?
No, yeah. He lives in Australia. He is not Australian.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he is British.
What the fuck?
Yep. I was going to bring it up too. I was for sure thinking, hey, this is the first time I'm hearing his real voice, and then I looked up an interview with him online. It is not his real voice.
Lies. That is criminal. Misleading the public. If you live in Australia, you have an Australian accent. Period. Hugo. If that is your real name.
It probably isn't. What does he think he is? An actor?
Oh, yeah, he actually is an actor.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I guess that makes sense.
He gets a pass.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense why he would lie for a living then.
It does. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, so I guess did you look stuff up about the movie afterwards?
There's not too much about it to read up on. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I actually didn't have a chance to look anything up. So I was wondering if you found anything about this. Like it struck me as very, like I could see it being put up as a play. Just because it does mostly take place in one room, right, or one or two rooms. So I wondered if maybe it started its life as that before it became a movie.
Not that I could find. No. The only interesting thing about it is that the co-writer was a 20-year veteran of the Australian police force.
Oh wow!
And so basically, just sort of lent an air of realism to the movie. But yeah, that was pretty much the most interesting fact about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise it is a fairly straightforward movie.
Yeah.
It begins with Hugo Weaving's character being arrested early in the morning, and then the rest of the movie is basically just him in the interrogation room being questioned off and on by police. And sort of a bit of a cat and mouse game, I suppose, between them.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't buy much of it.
Yeah, I didn't buy his confession. Spoilers.
Yeah,
like it just seemed like it happened. Like all he needed was a sandwich to get him to talk.
Right. I mean, the way the movie sets it up is, I mean, I guess it's safe to say at this point we're going to spoil the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
22-year-old movie.
Yeah, sorry, listeners.
So it sets him up. He's getting arrested for being suspected of stealing a car. And the cops themselves never get around to actually building up to the fact that they're possibly also trying him for murder.
Right.
And Hugo Weaving's character then pretty much just puts it out there.
Yeah, basically.
He sort of leads them to start asking about the murder, and then he just, halfway through the movie, starts just confessing to murder.
Yeah. Like you do.
Yeah, sure. And his complete demeanor and character changes in that instant.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. It is almost as if all he needed was just to have a snack.
Yeah, I mean, his blood sugar was low.
Well, sure. I mean,
he was being all squirrely, and I didn't do anything.
Right, yeah. I mean,
he needed a Snickers bar.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been there.
Definitely. I think actually this movie is the inspiration for all those Snickers commercials where, like, you're not yourself when you're hungry. Grab a Snickers.
But, Snickers aren't that great.
I like a Snickers every now and then, but it's definitely not my candy bar of choice.
No. My dad, my mom used to buy him just bags of Snickers, like the little miniature ones, and just keep them out in the living room. And there were times where, like when I was house sitting or whatever, and I'd have one and I'd be like, wow, that really tasted good in that moment. But, like, I never would go out of my way to have a Snickers.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I definitely wouldn't make a special trip to get a Snickers bar.
Like if I was out trick-or-treating or something and I got, like, the Snicker fun bars or whatever, I would probably just pass them to my dad or just not even bother with them at all.
Yeah. I always liked Milky Way bars.
Never into Milky Way either. I liked Three Musketeers.
Oh, Three Musketeers is real good.
Yeah. I've lost my taste for sweets over the last couple of years, and so I think I had a Three Musketeer a couple months ago, and it was awful.
Oh, no.
I know. Yeah.
That's so sad. That's like when I had I had very fond memories of the cookies and cream Twix from when I was a kid, because they used to sell those in boxes individually wrapped. And my parents would get them, and so I would eat those a lot, and I liked them a lot. And then they reissued it earlier this year, and it's awful.
I feel like I have a similar experience with that particular Twix flavor.
Yeah. I think Twix is probably my favorite candy bar. If I had to pick a variety, I would go with the peanut butter one.
All right. Yeah, I'm not a huge caramel guy.
Yeah, the peanut butter one replaces the caramel with peanut butter, so you might enjoy that one if you like chocolate and peanut butter together.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Yeah, I'm weird. I'm weird about candy.
No, that's fair.
Like I would say my favorite one used to be Kit Kats.
Okay.
Yeah, just
I do very much enjoy a Kit Kat.
Yeah, just plain old Kit Kats, especially frozen.
Yeah, those are real good cold.
Yeah.
They've got one now that's dark chocolate and mint.
Oh.
And it's very good, especially cold.
In my recent growing distaste for sweets, I have discovered that I kind of love dark chocolate, so I may give that a shot.
Nice. I highly recommend it.
All right. This has been Candy Talk.
You know what? I would do a podcast about candy where we reviewed candy bars.
Yeah, okay. We'll think about it.
Spin-off show.
I'm not opposed.
Do you remember on Community how Leonard had a video series where he reviewed potato chips?
Yes, I do.
Like, this would just be me reviewing candy bars in a similar fashion.
I like it. I would watch that on YouTube.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
So yeah, the interview.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have a ton to say about it. I enjoyed watching it. I am a little interested maybe to watch it again. I don't know if you watched it twice. I know sometimes you do.
I did not.
Okay.
I ended the movie and I mean, to this moment, I honestly still don't know what I think about it.
Okay. Interesting.
I found parts of it very interesting. Found parts of it very dull. I thought it was a little confusing at moments. I think the only good thing I can say, 100% positive, is that Hugo Weaving is great in it.
He is great in it, yeah.
And his opponent guy, the detective, was also very good.
Yeah, Sergeant Steele.
Yes.
Not the DC Comics superhero.
No. He reminded me of other actors, though, as I was watching it, but I don't believe I've ever seen him in anything.
Yeah, same here. I definitely got like a familiar feeling from him, but I could not place who he reminded me of.
Like, I think at moments I got reminded of Anthony LaPaglia.
Okay, I can see that.
Who is Australian, I believe.
Is he really?
I think so, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. But him and then some other, character actors, I got brief flashes of them, but, no one I could just really pin down,
Yeah. But yeah, he was very good.
Yeah.
The guy who played the whoever the other interrogator was,
the young
Pryor.
Cop? Yeah.
With the bad cop, yes.
Yeah.
He was fine.
Yeah. I was, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm not a fashion guy, but short sleeves and a tie just don't work. And it really threw me off every time they cut to him. I mean, go home, change your clothes.
I mean, cops, I don't think are cool. known for their fashion, so maybe that was on purpose.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, cops definitely are not cool in general. All cops are bastards.
Well, yes, of course.
But as far as dressing goes, I mean, fashion wise,
no, yeah,
not what they're known for.
Well, I think Lieutenant Riggs and Murtaugh have something to say about that. Or Sergeant Cobretti.
Who's Sergeant Cobretti?
Sylvester Stallone from Cobra.
Oh, wow. All right. I've never seen Cobra, and I've also never seen a Lethal Gun movie. Or Lethal Weapon movie.
Really?
Yeah. Lethal Gun. I've also never seen a Lethal Gun movie.
That would almost be the parody movie if they hadn't already made it one.
Right. Actually, I lied. The only Lethal Weapon movie I've seen are the ones that they made on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Those are excellent pieces of cinema.
Well, so then you get the drift.
Basically, yes. One of them's too old for this shit. The other one's a loose cannon.
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Oh boy. Lethal Gun.
Might I recommend instead then Loaded Weapon 1?
Yes.
Starring Samuel L. Jackson and Emilio Estevez.
Oh, I didn't know that was who was in it. I knew it was a movie that existed that was a parody of Lethal Weapon. That's awesome.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, you're good.
Come here, bud.
Hey, kitty. Mew, 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 mew.
Pick you up.
This is Talking to Kitties podcast.
Yeah, it is.
I'm Joe.
Alright. So now I'm holding the cat.
Aw, hi, kitty.
Say hi, Choco. Of course, no, you're not going to talk now.
Silence.
Now that you're right up against the microphone.
You can ADR in a meow.
Meow.
There, perfect. Wow.
He is trying to grab the microphone, though.
Aw, he just wants to be on the show.
Yeah, well, you are in the background in my constant nightmares.
He's like the Paul F. Tompkins laughing of our podcast.
Except that it delights me every time I hear Paul F. Tompkins laughing in the background.
Yeah, and I know the meowing kitty just stresses you out.
Yes, it does.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. He's lucky he's cute.
Yeah.
And now he's struggling to get away because all he wanted was attention, and now I'm giving it to him.
That sounds like cat behavior.
Yep. And the meow starts.
No.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let's play through.
All right then. There we go.
All right.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, like, so the portion of the movie where Hugo Weaving is, very nervous and sputtery. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't buying it then.
Yeah.
But then, like, once he, like, makes the turn of, like, I'm gonna just blow out all this confession stuff.
Right.
I mean, he's very good in it, but, like, neither part was convincing to me.
I get that. Yeah, I think I almost would have enjoyed it more if it is somewhat ambiguous, or at least until sort of the very last scene that we see. But I think I would have liked it if it had been more ambiguous whether he was actually guilty or not. Yeah.
They definitely do lean into him being a killer.
Yeah.
And I think, I would have enjoyed it more if you're still at the end unsure.
Right.
Because he just goes back and forth so quickly on, being, nervous and contrite to just, egomaniacal, like, not even egomaniacal, just maniacal.
Right. Yeah. He's super insane.
Yeah.
Like, I would almost believe it if he had multiple personalities.
Right? Like, I've never seen it, but I kept getting, like, flashes of, like, Primal Fear, I think is that the movie with Edward Norton.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Okay, yeah. But, like, I mean, apparently I know enough about it that I know, what the deal with
the twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're probably good.
Yeah. I think it played at the theater when I worked there, so that's probably how I had it ruined for me.
Yeah, no, I had that thought as well while he was still being, sputtery and nervous.
Right.
Like, this could very easily all just be an act.
Right. Especially, since it starts out, with him, being arrested in his home, and that whole scene, he, pees himself, and he's just very, cryy, and but then for that to just turn into just
Yeah, I know exactly what that noise was. Whatever you say, Eric.
The twist of this podcast is that I'm just talking to myself.
What?
What if I put out this episode without your end of the audio?
That'd be amazing. Or you put it out as multiple tracks, so like your audio and my audio, and then the listener has to
put it
sync
together.
It up like that Flaming Lips album.
Oh, I wouldn't do that to anybody. I would just release only one side.
Yeah, no, that'd be perfect.
Yeah. Probably just your side, because you've got a better voice than I do.
Do I? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah, I think
so. Sorry, I turned into Jay Leno there for a minute.
It's fine. It happens.
I wish it didn't.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Anyway.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke about how I have like 39 cars in my garage, but... I did get him a giant bag of Doritos today, so,
Does he love Doritos?
He used to shill Doritos back in the early 90s.
Nice.
Yeah. Bill Hicks, the late Bill Hicks, had a fairly lengthy bit about how much Jay Leno sucked back in like 1992.
That's awesome.
We all should have listened to him.
Yeah, but only one of them's still alive now, so who's laughing now?
Well, nobody if they're watching Jay Leno.
Oh! Hey! Oh, boy. The interview.
The interview. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but, I didn't dislike it either, so.
I feel like I keep picking middling movies. Not on purpose. They're just the ones that I want to watch.
Once you reminded me of the movie we were watching, and I looked it up on Netflix, I had recalled, glancing past it a few times in the past and being like, that might be interesting, pre-mega fame Hugo Weaving, I'm down,
a not natural accent Hugo Weaving, apparently.
Yeah, I know, it's disappointing.
That was part of the appeal for me. I'm not kidding.
I was very excited too. I'm not gonna lie.
It'd be like watching a movie where Tom Hardy uses his actual voice.
I don't. I'm sure I don't know actually now.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about this when we watched Locke.
Yeah.
That we don't know what his real voice sounds like.
Yeah, well, he was doing a weird thing with his voice, but that may have been actually his accent. I don't know. I was trying to think, maybe in Taboo he uses his voice, but I think he's doing weird shit there too. So
actors,
yeah, fuck them all, pretentious bastards.
Wow. That's excessive.
What have they ever done for us?
Provided hours of entertainment?
I guess. But what have they done lately?
Oh, that's a fair point. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing because of COVID-19.
Yep. Well, Tenet's out, so,
Oh, right.
Save the industry.
Oh, man. What's making you happy this week?
I got a book the other day that I read that I enjoyed a lot.
All right.
Called Cankor.
Okay.
By Matthew Allison. It's one of them comic book things.
All right.
It is.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, thank you. I know I should be ashamed.
You're a grown man.
I know. No, it's just a weird book that's kind of a superhero comic, kind of just an artsy like indie book as well, but mostly just fucking weird. And
right.
I loved every page of it.
So Cankor,
like
the sword?
Cankor.
So like the sword.
Yes.
Well, that's cool. Who published that?
Ad House Books, I believe.
Oh, nice. All right.
It's a little bit bigger than digest sized, not full comic size though.
Gotcha.
$20, yeah, not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Your finer comic shops should be able to stock it with a discount, right?
Ideally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if your comic shop doesn't offer a discount, find a new comic shop.
That's true. That is a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if they charge you for file service.
Oh, God, I hate that so much.
Don't go there.
Nope. Do not
go there.
Nope. Still booking comic.
Oh, boy.
Also, I've been watching the show Supernatural.
Oh, nice.
So, I think I'd mentioned Sleepy Hollow a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I followed that up with Constantine just to give it a fair shake.
Yeah, how was that?
It's not good. I really hate the live action, even now the animated version, because they've gotten the same guy to play him in the animation movies.
Right.
But yeah, I just hate every live action or anything non-comic John Constantine related seems to just be fucking awful.
It's interesting to see people, like, I feel like I see somewhat regularly on Twitter people talking about how much they enjoy the Keanu Reeves Constantine.
Oh, man. So weird.
But which baffles me, because, I remember that being very bad.
It's terrible, yeah. And I'm a huge Hellblazer fan.
Yeah.
Just every iteration is other than the comics. I mean, even some of the comics are terrible.
Right.
But I tried to give it a shot, and, because it's on, the DC Universe and also on the CW app. It's not good. But, I just got into this groove of, normal people teaming up with a weird thing to solve supernatural crimes, kind of thing. And so I was looking to see, what else should I watch? Just good background stuff. And I thought about Lucifer. But then I settled on Supernatural, which I remember watching the very first episode back in 2005 and never watching it again. And figured, again, background stuff. There's now 15 seasons worth of it.
Right.
This could last me at least a good 2 months. So I've been watching that lately, and I'm beginning to enjoy it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
I've seen a handful of episodes of Supernatural.
Yeah. I'm mostly mystified by the fact that Jeffrey Dean Morgan in 2005 looks 20 years older than he does now.
That man has aged exceptionally well.
Yes, he has. But of course, the thing that's bringing me down this week is the cancellation of The Walking Dead.
Oh, I forgot, one, that show was canceled, and two, that show was still on the air to begin with.
As did I. What's bringing you joy? Big Brother still?
I mean, Big Brother, obviously. Can't get enough. Being home from the hospital is very nice.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't go into details, but you spent at least a full week in a hospital, right?
Yeah, it was like a week and a half all told.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and I didn't even get a comfy hospital bed. I got a pull-out chair thing that my feet hung off of because I was far too tall for it.
Yeah, the plight of the tall man. I know it well.
So yeah, being home is nice.
I can imagine. Yeah. Well, it's sometimes it's the little things like that.
Yeah. It's not insignificant.
No, not at all. I'm glad you're home. I'm glad that you being home is bringing you joy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What do you want to watch next week?
That is a very good question, and I am unprepared for it.
Uh-oh.
I know that over the last 2-3 weeks or so since our last episode, I have had numerous ideas, and I cannot think of one at the moment.
You need a list like I have.
I guess I do. Oh boy. Hang on a second.
Take your time.
I'm gonna turn on my TV and go to one of my movie apps and see if anything really stands out at me at the moment.
All right. Professional podcast.
Yep, absolutely.
The Viewmasters is brought to you by LegalZoom.
I wish.
Not a law firm.
Nope. Man, I wish we were brought to you by anything.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be nice, because I spent a lot of money to make sure that these things stay on the internet.
I appreciate you doing that.
Hey, not a problem. So I guess I can say that any listener out there who wants to donate any money to me, I have a PayPal, and will gladly just take your money.
Yeah, and if you have anything that you want us to shill for you,
Yeah.
I would say that, I'd be up for reading ad copy for sure.
Absolutely. Not above that. Or, hey, if you just want to pay us to watch a thing, and
not record a podcast about it.
I mean,
yeah, it's extra if you want us to record a podcast about it.
There we go. That's a good scam.
$20 to watch the movie, $25 for us to watch it and record a podcast.
I think this is the beginning of our Patreon.
I think you're right.
Well, I already have an unsuccessful Patreon for my artwork, so maybe you can run this one.
That works. Yeah, for $20 each month, you'll get pictures of us watching the movie.
Okay. I am picking a movie from 1953.
Holy shit, all right.
That I am going to read the description of it right now.
Okay.
Virtually unseen since its theatrical premiere in 1953, Fear and Desire is the ambitious first feature film by legendary filmmaker Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, wow.
So Fear and Desire.
Okay.
And it is on Amazon Prime.
All right. I do enjoy a Kubrick every now and then.
I've enjoyed a couple. Yeah. So, yeah. If you're down for that, let's do that.
I am 100% down for that.
Excellent. All right. Hopefully I will not forget.
Well, I wrote it down, so
okay, that's good.
If you forget what it is, just let me know.
I mean, it's on my watch list on Amazon, so yeah. Hopefully I'll remember if I go to Amazon anytime in the next week.
All right, Fear and Desire.
Fear and Desire.
I'm familiar with both of those feelings.
As am I. Possibly right this moment.
Oh, no. And oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, this got weird.
Always is.
All right. We'll talk to you next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.